Yes, are we live? Hello, 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 guys. Yes, are we live? Hello, hello. Yeah. Hi, Laksh. Hi, Home Soil FC fan club. Home Soil fan club. What's your name, by? Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. There are 8 people uh, with us today. Why is it so? Use OBS. We are using OBS only, by Pragyan Pasudhan. Hello, bye. We are using OBS only. The issue was that कि उस दिन देयर वाज अनदर टैब जिसमें लाइव चल रहा था एंड उसमें जो साउंड है वो ऑन रह गया था, बस वही एक इशू था. देयर वाज नथिंग मच इशू देन दैट. इट वाज अ वेरी स्मॉल इशू. Okay, so our mentor will be joining in 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll start. Typically we'll talk. I'll also show the uh, website and all to you all. I'll also show the website link only, or I'll also show the QR code. You can, if you haven't registered yet, you can scan the QR code and you can visit our website. And the website is the only platform जहाँ पे आपको सब कुछ करना है. You will log in using your GitHub. You will authorize me. I am only Nikhil Codes. You will have to authorize me while logging in. Please tell mentor to use Hindi and interact. Okay, 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 sure. Sure. I will ask him कि do not be so much formal in that. थोड़ा English. It will be a mixture of Hindi and English. ठीक है. So I'll ask that. Any other suggestions if you guys have आज के लिए? We are still waiting for people to come. It's someone messaging on Discord or something. I have messaged, but people will come. Interaction was the only problem in last class. Yeah. See, we also thought the thing was that website पर क्या करना है? I'll tell you. See, the thing was that the mentor brought the slides and the slides did not have the codes. ठीक है. और कोड स्ट्रक्चर्स अगर उनके पास वो पहले से रहता तो जो चीज है कि वो उन्हें मालूम रहता है कि हाँ अब मेरे को क्या करना है, अब मेरे को क्या करना है नेक्स्ट. एंड तो फिर सारी चीजें स्मूथली फ्लो होती. पर द मेंटर वाज डूइंग एवरीथिंग हैंड्स ऑन. ठीक है. इट वाज द रियलिटी, इट वाज द रियल मेंटर. ठीक है. he was doing everything hands on with all his experience and everything, and that is why it felt a little bit slow. वो थोड़ा स्लो लगेगा पर you'll have to understand कि कोई इंसान सोचता कैसे है while writing code. दैट इज द ओनली पार्ट यू विल हैव टू लर्न. ठीक है. आप जब उस मेंटर को देख रहे थे उस दिन विदाउट एनी स्लाइड, आप जब देख रहे थे मेंटर को कि बिना किसी स्लाइड से देखे या फिर कुछ भी, वो ही इज टाइपिंग, ही इज डूइंग. एंड कुछ बग्स आ रहे हैं तो ही इज फिक्सिंग दोज बग्स. कुछ सिंटैक्स एरर्स आ रहे हैं तो सिंटैक्स एरर्स फिक्स कर रहे थे. एंड दैट इज हाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड कि रियल में जब आप कोड लिखने बैठते हो तो आपको कौन से एरर्स आ सकते हैं एंड हाउ कैन यू रिजॉल्व देम. So that was also a good part of it. We can not only look for the bad part only. That was also a good part of it. Uh, okay. The number of people have increased. 15. Lux, where is Chiku and CD? They are not available today, I think. They might be busy. Any other thing? Sleeping probably. भाई 1 बजे. Seriously. हमारे यहाँ तो घर पे ऐसे 6 बजे उठा दिया जाता है यार. उसके बाद you can ऐसे you can sleep, but you'll have to ऐसे sleep after the lunch only. When starting, we are starting in 2 to 3 minutes, 4 5 minutes, maybe probably maximum 5 minutes. Night owls, yeah, night owls. ठीक है. They have certain such food. हमारे घर पे तो वो नहीं है. We have some limitations. 10 बजे तक भाई कैसे यार. हमारे पिताश्री हमको घर से निकाल देंगे. He sits with you guys and builds it. Okay, ठीक है. हाँ. Yes. Okay. Let's aim for 50 likes. Yeah, we can have an aim. Um, See, we have almost around 550 students in our Discord server. Almost 650 students have filled the registration form, and still people are unaware about this. Okay, so whatever we are providing you, it might take you personally to learn in 1 month or maybe higher. Okay, but whatever you're going to learn in these 6 sessions, the 6 days of full stack or 6 days of cybersecurity, it is for your benefit. यहाँ पे आप खुद से ही कर सकते हो. ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे ज्यादा सीख सकते हो आप rather than watching the tutorials alone. ठीक है, क्योंकि here the mentor is interacting with you personally. आप कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो, the mentor is interacting, he is looking for questions and he is answering them personally. आपके पास पूरा डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर भरा हुआ है, उस पर टीएस है. यू विल आस्क देम क्वेश्चन. आपको कोई भी डाउट है, आप बैठ के बनाओ ना यार. यू हैव अ होल पीयर सर्कल. आपको पीयर सर्कल चाहिए, आपको देखना है कि सामने वाला बंदा कैसा है, कैसे बना रहा है, आप बनाओ. It is for your benefit, but still people are not utilizing it. WhatsApp group is the need of hour. I also think so. See, I was also thinking today that Discord is another app we bought into people. Most of the people were not using it. It was because people are not regular on Discord or something. And I also think that we will have a WhatsApp group. Uh, Let me see. Did I ask for numbers in the forms? If I have WhatsApp वेबसाइट में गिटहब से साइन अप करते टाइम डेंजर जोन शो कर रहा है. साइन अप करते टाइम डेंजर जोन शो कर रहा है. इट माइट बी दैट यू आर ऑथराइजिंग मी इस वजह से, क्योंकि आई एम जस्ट अ नॉर्मल डेवलपर लाइक यू ऑल ऑन द गिटहब. ठीक है, एंड आई यूज्ड गिटहब के OAuth टू फॉर द साइन अप. ठीक है, तो गिटहब आपको बोलता है कि हाँ वो थोड़ा कोई कोई दूसरा भी बंदा हो सकता है एंड ऑल. Okay, yeah, people don't usually check Discord. Yeah, so people, if they are not usually checking Discord, we will have updates के लिए we will have a WhatsApp group that will be for updates only. जहाँ पे updates आएंगे आपके कि people should watch all the updates and everything over there only. ठीक है, ताकि उनको ऐसे उस पे ना ज़्यादा rely करना पड़े. Okay, guys, we are starting in 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes. In just 1 minute, we are starting. Okay, let me look at the chats more. Yep. Okay, okay. Which language we use in this series for both front end and back end? See, for front end, we are usually learning from the basics, HTML, CSS, and JS, and then we will move on to throw about React. We will look on to React, how to build components, how to set up everything, what are hooks and all, how you can create React apps, and then we will move on to the backend part with Node and with database. We will have Mongo only because Mongo is easier to learn in the beginning. Okay, इस वजह से we will have Mongo only in the beginning. Basically, if we look at, it will be MERN, MERN एक तरीके से अगर देखे तो. ठीक है, guys. We are beginning right now. Okay. Simply one. Yes, simply one. We are beginning right now. So yeah. Uh, I'll also this later the website reveal part. So guys, this is Build with Udemy, and Build with Udemy has partnered with Oscode, and Oscode is a platform where they perform some hackathons, where they provide some mentors, where uh, see, it is a total community of 50,000 members. The Oscode is a community. It is there in every college, and there are top tier mentors who can mentor you in Oscode. They are from Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Even our sir, Abhishek sir, is also from Deloitte. They do hackathons, and they also prepare you for DSA and all. They take classes of that, and till date they have done 362 free events. This is also one of them. This will increase the number from 362 to 363. The events consists of hackathons, workshops, and AI bootcamps and everything. And we thank a lot to Oscode for supporting Build with Udemy 2026. You in the description we have the link for Oscode. You can check it out. They have an app too. You can check the app too, and you can check the website too. You can check the mentors. You can check their courses and everything. For the website part, this is the website. If you want to scan the QR code, scan the QR code, and there is the link too. You can watch it. This is our Build with Udemy's website, www.internshipexpo.online. Okay, you guys have maybe scanned the code till now. Let's move on to next. We will hand over to Abhishek sir. Abhishek sir is SD2 at Hasden by Deloitte, and he has been working with cloud technologies. He had been working with Next.js. He had been working with AWS and everything. He will be mentoring today with you all. He will be mentoring you all in full stack. Uh, these are his socials. For his Instagram and for his LinkedIn, the QR code is provided. You can connect him on Instagram, and you can connect with him on LinkedIn. Handing over to you, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Nikhil.
Hi, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Uh, I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So, hi, folks. Last session, I have observed few things. So, just doing correction on the same note. So, we have wasted a lot of time while doing the coding, and there was not much of interaction. And we will try to do these kind of things today. Let us see if we can, make it possible. I'll just quickly start sharing my screen. Uh, the topics today, what we'll be covering uh, is basically in depth of JavaScript and a bit of CSS, and uh, we'll also touch some concepts for async promises, these kind of things. And if we again get some time, we'll try to explore React part. We'll see how the introduction and all. So yeah, let me start. Also, one important thing for you guys. Let me give you a link as well. Mm, yeah, and all the codes what we have gone through on the last session, session one, into one of the repository, and I'll be giving you this repository. You can either fork it or clone it, how, I mean, whatever you feel like you can do it. This is the diagram. We made it on the session one, and this is the HTML and CSS files. I have added few more codes and I have completed these things. If you want, you can check by, I mean, well, cloning the repo, or there's a live site as well. So we'll try to build a few more things here, but before that, let me walk you through about the DOM, because this is one of the part which we will be covering this session. And with the help of DOM only, we'll be trying to put some more features into this session. Okay, this page. So just give me a minute. Let me minimize.
So
Yeah,
can you paste both the links once again? So in the meet in call
yeah,
message one,
sure.
the GitHub link and the website link.
Yeah, and we do. You want into the meet?
Yes, sir. I'll be sending them from your.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Works. Now let me just give you a gist of what DOM is and how how we can understand this thing. Yeah. So um, I don't want to waste your time as well. That's why I have made few diagrams. Let me just make you to walk through on this one. Yeah, I'll just zoom a bit. I feel like you might be having issues while seeing this. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you guys still need to zoom a bit more. And just work this as. Yeah. As we discussed in the last session, we have a pillars of web development, which is
Sir, a
HTML
little
and
bit,
CSS.
sir, a little bit more,
Yes.
a little bit.
It works. Is this
Uh,
fine? I'll just more.
guys, is it fine or do you want it more zoom? Yeah, it's fine, sir. It's perfectly fine, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so yeah, as we discussed, these are the few pillars of web development, which is HTML, CSS. HTML is basically more is for structure, content, and skeleton, and CSS is to style your things. CSS is like based on your how creative your mind is, whatever you feel like. Okay, this should be of blue color, or I mean, these kind of thing you can put it. Now, coming about the JavaScript, this is like how you make your website interactive. So if you click on button, what are the things you wanted to see? So you have seen a lot more websites where you have the icon to change it to dark mode, light mode. So these kind of features eventually we will have in the JavaScript, and this is why it's very much important also. And yeah, so in JavaScript, if we talk about DOM, which is a document object model. So this is one of the features that you can use to tweak your website and to make the changes into your website. I'll just copy this folder, paste it again. Let me rename it. To push these changes again into the GitHub, so you guys will be able to see these info. I mean, whatever we are making, you'll be able to see. Now, about the JavaScript, how logic at interaction. So the skeleton, within the skeleton, we also, like how we have made the changes for styles, we also get a feature to add a JavaScript files. Now let me just add it. This is like a script tag, and then we have to put the our JavaScript file. Let me now create the file, and okay. Yep. So this is how we link our JavaScript file to HTML file. Now, see, one thing I have done is I have put the scripting thing at the at the top level or within the head section of it. Now, eventually we can do this, but we should not do. And the reason I'll show you in some time. But yeah, let's see if our I mean JavaScript is working as expected, or this file is okay. Let me just pull down the Chrome. This is the one. Yeah. So let me put console be having ahead. Now we should be able to see this one if we go here in this inspect mode. So one of the again a good feature of a web browser is you can see the things. You can just wanted to edit few things. So if let's see, I don't want to switch again in the HTML in the VS code. I just wanted to change the color of this button or the color of this button. So you can actually change here few things. But yeah, this won't be a permanent, but you have to just debug to just test, okay, what are the things you can put based on that, what will be the behavior of this page. For sure, you can do it. But yeah, it will be not permanent. You have to eventually copy and paste into the local HTML. Now, just one more thing. I haven't provided few of the things into this page. You can just clone the repo and just provide that information like download of resume. So this live demo GitHub, and these are the information I haven't provided. And if it is, I mean, mostly it will be wrong also. And now you can put your own thing, and you can modify based on your own thinking. So own creativity. You can also just tweak a bit of color and everything. It's up to you. Now let me just go in this one. Okay, script.js. So yeah, I'll just do it. Fail to load service point status code 404. It's okay. Let me just put it in live server. Okay.
Sir, sir, can you zoom in a bit the VS code? They are not able to see codes.
Okay. I hope this is fine. Let me zoom a bit more. I hope this works.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, it works.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the page which we are running in local. Let me go to the console. See, we are able to see whatever value we have written here. Yeah, this is the high. Now, if I again try to load it, see, we are getting the value. So our HTML, JavaScript, and CSS is connected now. Now, the reason why I was talking about we should not put this value is because because of DOM itself. And okay, let me just go more into depth. Okay, then I'll just tell you because it will be difficult to understand for now. Okay, so this JavaScript browser, sorry, the browser gives us some methods, to manipulate the HTML pages. So one of the method is window object. So if I try to put here window, see, we have a lot more information here. All the things, alert, blur, catches, I mean, everything. You have somewhere you have documents as well. A, B, C, D. Yeah, this is the document. So document eventually have all your content. And within that, in the body is something that whatever content you have written here will come into the body part. Now, here is, I mean, this is where we have to, manipulate the things. And here we play around the JavaScript page. And this is also we call as a uh, document object model, because this is something in the form of object. We have this document, and with the help of this, we tweak our HTML pages. Now, let me just, you can see, window here, but if I'll just try to put, you can still see the same response. See, have I added any? Okay, that's why it's coming twice. Fine. So yeah, this is how we are able to see the things. Now, if I try to access, some of the values into our HTML pages, like document, yeah, here we have a document. Document will have all our, information. Within the document, I can just go for body. Okay. Now here, one thing comes into picture. You remember, I mentioned we should not be keeping this script file at the head level. We should always be keeping this script file at the very bottom. And here is the reason. See, JavaScript browser starts loading page from top to bottom. Okay. It checks, in last session also I mentioned, it checks first, okay, what is the HTML version, every information, every bits and pieces, then try to load head, because this is also we have to see. And then it starts loading the body content. Now, since this file is already loaded, now whatever things written in this file that has been already executed. Now, body is not yet loaded. This body is still empty for this HTML page and for this window object. Now, since in the window object, the body is not any of the value into this document.body. Now, this is the same line. If I'm trying to cut, if I try to paste here, now you should be able to see the body. And reason, because now this time when page starts loading from top to bottom, first we have made the body, and then at the end of the file we have loaded the JavaScript. Now there will be a question why this is not the same case for CSS. Now here's again one reason. CSS is something which we try to put into tags or into classes or IDs, tag by tag name or something. So if it load first, eventually when our body will get loaded, we will have that tags. We will have that every bit of information, classes, IDs, and everything. So if it loads first also, that should not be an issue. You have already marked one of the keywords. Okay, for one there will be OME, for two there will be TWO. These kind of words you have already marked. Now, if that one number will come later point of time, that should not be an issue, because still you have that mapping. Still okay, that one has ONE. That is like how mapping is done. So for style, that won't be an issue. But for JavaScript, there is an issue. If I try to put, there are methods to, let me just show you. There are methods to, get the values, get the element. So like document.get element by ID. So if this is ID project model, and if this page itself is not loaded and we have executed our commands, if we have executed our scripts, it's of no use, because the script has been already executed. Now it's of no point to render the things afterwards. Okay, so that's why we should always keep the script file at the very bottom. And a reason now. So this is about window object. Now window object comes with lot more features. So you have seen window.alert, window.prompt, window.console log. Okay, this is one of the, again, you haven't seen any of the places where this window.console.log has been written. And here's the reason again. See, browser and HTML pages, they have mutual understanding. Okay, this window is by default. I need not write this console log. Now, if I try to write again window.console.log, let me put hi. And this also, I'll put hi. There will be no difference. See, there's no difference in between. Because like I mentioned, this is a mutual understanding between HTML pages, browsers, that, yeah, I mean, I have this window object. I need not to explicitly mention this kind of information. You can just try to put the value as it is. Now, again, this window object, this is not something JavaScript is having. This is something your browser is providing. So it is not related to JavaScript. It is a browser feature. Now, okay, I'll just share you this diagram. You can just go through. There's a lot more thing mentioned here. I'll not go much into depth of it. Yeah. So again, one more, interesting thing here. There's a console log and console dir. Okay. Now, what's the difference between these two? Okay. This is console log, and then as of now, you can't see any much difference of it. Okay. But let me just go for title. Do we have title? Of course, we should be having. Is it taking time to load? Mm, body dot. I'll just check. Body has header, map. Okay, let me just give something as. Okay, I'll just give you one more thing instead of title. But that will come into part when we try to access. Okay, leave it. So the major difference between log and dir is, I'll just show you. So log is print value as a string or text, but dir prints the object with all the properties and methods. So if I just copy paste this information here, it will be as same as this. Okay, since we have at the very top. Mm, time to load. Yeah. So you can see the difference between console.log, console.dir. Now this dir prints everything into the object and how it is in the format. Okay. But here, if you see here, it has the format of how HTML is written. So it converts your information into a string format or the format of text. But console.dir, this eventually put your value and the response in the format it has been mentioned into the DOM. So if you are trying to put and just access few things, just try to do with dir. This will give you more accurate results than console.log. If you are playing with HTML pages and yeah, you wanted to tweak a bit of changes into that and you wanted to see what are the properties you are able to access. So I mean, you can see here. So if I go here again, see, logo and everything is there. Header, within the header we have nav, logo, and these are the information we have. This is how our JavaScript works. Now I'll just comment and I'll just go back again to this sheet. So this is how we were doing about the console tools. Now, since if you are not able to access anything, then it's of no point for you to you know learn about this. So I mean, the one of the things you should be having the access of all the content whatever present into your HTML pages. So for that, let me just show you one more thing. Also, you can, I mean, you can just simply how you do your JavaScripting. This is like response. I have few things. This is document.body.style.green. Okay. See, we have made the changes. This is how like DOM manipulation happens. So you can do the same thing if you are trying to do here. This is green. If I wanted to make it as red, and once you refresh your page, you will lose this information because this is temporary information for now. If I'll put it here, it will be permanent. Now this will be permanent. Now if I'll try to refresh the page, it will remain the same. Because now we have done in the script file, not in the browser. Here, whatever changes you will be doing, it's on browser. It's not on your permanent file. So this is about the changing of styles and font. You can change, you can access everything, every style, every tags, classes, IDs, everything with the help of this document.body.style. Or I mean, we have different methods like I have mentioned here. If you see document.getElement by ID, so this by ID means wherever you have put the ID, it could be section. Okay, so if I'll go about, see, this is about, and if I go above, I have not kept anything. But yeah, you can just try to access anything. If I'll put some IDs here also, I'll be able to access in the script by doing this get element by ID. If you want, we can just go through one more. Okay, let me see if I put name. Here we have name, and um, see, this is the H1 tag, and we have name. If we scroll down, we'll be able to see the inner text, inner HTML. Now we can still change this one if you try to just do document.get entity. Let me just give you this one. Document dot body dot child nodes. Yeah, okay. Just before that, let me just make you walk through about the child nodes. And one more thing, we have talked about a lot more. Okay, DOM act as a tree. We have a siblings, we have a child node, we have a parent node. I'll just show you how you can see that as well into your browser. Okay.
Sir, can you zoom in the console? The console is literally not visible, sir.
Okay, zoom in console. Is this fine
Uh,
now?
yes, sir, it's fine.
I'm sorry about it. Yeah, fine. So let me try to put here window. See, this is your, where is the document? This is document. Then here you should be having one child nodes. And next one. Now, this is again children. Just give me a minute. I should be able to see every bits of information. Let me put it in console. Okay. So, like I mentioned, I mean, if you want, you can put the window here. If not, it will still work because, I mean, HTML and browser itself understand, okay, window is by default and need not to mention it explicitly. Okay, so if I try to just see here, document dot body dot child nodes, I have few nodes. This is we call as tree, tree-like structure, what we always talk about when we try to read about the DOM. I have mentioned here, let me just show you. Yeah, see, we have window, we have document, we have HTML. Within that HTML, we have head and body. Within the head, we can have meta, we can have link, we can have title. Within the body, this will act as a child, as section. Section and division, it could be child and parent relationship and siblings also. Now, what is siblings? What is a parent child? I'll come to that. And note one more thing. Each element, each whatever thing we are talking about, we call it as a node. So window is also a node, document is also a node, HTML is also a node. Okay. So this is a kind of node structure or tree structure we always talk about when we try to just play around with DOM. Now, like I mentioned, we have few types of DOM. Okay, but one is element node, then text node and comment node. This element node is the one which we use in HTML page for now. Let's focus on this. I'll come later on text node and comment node. Okay. Within the element node, we have the parent, child, and descendants and siblings. Like I mentioned, parent would be this HTML, okay? And then child could be your body. I can't display now, but yeah, I'll just try. See, this is a parent. This could be a parent. This is also a parent. See, window is a parent of document. Document is a parent of HTML, and so on. Now, if I put here HTML, this child is body. This siblings is head. Because if you see, body and head both are on the same level. Okay. Now, descendants is like you have sections, you have headers. These are the descendants. So we can have a lot more descendants in this one. Now, this is your DOM tree. You can see the same DOM tree here. you have nodes. This is a node list. You have text, you have header, you have again text main, text div, footer, everything. So based on our project structure, this is how it is formed. Now, if I go here, I can see values as well. Okay, let me just go somewhere. Yeah, see, this is the inner text. Now, if I try to access this also, I'll be able to access, which is the one index. We should always, access is either with the number or with, with anything. I mean, so however it is feasible for us. Okay, now if I just see here, I'm getting, let me come in this line. I'm getting this as a header. Okay, now if I try to modify this one, what are the methods we have in a text? Yeah, this is Abhishek home about skill project. This is the one. Now, if I try to modify this, let's see. Hi. Now all the things are gone. Now we have only hi. So this is how you can modify the things on your DOM level. Okay. I hope you got till now. Nikhil, anyone has any doubt? Can you check quickly?
No, sir.
Okay. I hope no one is feeling sleepy. Okay. So yeah. So we have few more things. Ways to select elements. One is like just now I mentioned you about the ID. This is the one. Okay, get element by ID. The same way we have get element by class name, tag name, and the selector. This is a query selector. This query selector also has a different things. Okay, so in HTML pages we have either class or tag or ID. So we have categorized this into three different ways. Now tag is like this paragraph tag, H2 tag, these kind of thing. ID, you whatever you mention, and the class also we can mention. Based on this only, we try to write the CSS as well. So if I'm writing some CSS, either it could be a tag or it could be a class, or it could be a mm, based on ID, your tag name and class name or ID. Now for query selector also we have the same thing. Either it could be a tag, which is P or H1 or H2. Classes, for classes, we always use dot. For ID, we always use hash. So if I just go again here and try to use the query selector, if I mention this is ID, ID should be going with hash. If I try to just access the same information here, okay, sorry, this will be heading to, this will be heading to, yeah. So, yeah, you can see the same information you have. Now, if you wanted to select multiple query selector, assume you have the same ID for multiple, lines of code, you can still go. We have a option to do so as a query selector all, which is like event. It will select all the information with the same ID or same class or same tag. This is about the ways to select the information. I'll be not showing you about each and every code because again it will be a lengthy session. So I just wanted you guys to explore, because I'll be sharing this diagram, this code, and every bit and pieces. So I just want you guys to explore more as well. Now, again, in like I mentioned, we have like how we do for the class elements, how we do for DOM, document object. We also do for CSS selector. So CSS is also the same. The tag, you can put a query selector as tag, query selector. If it is a class, then you can put dot class, and same goes for ID. Now, here the navigation property comes. Element dot children, the first child, last child, child nodes. These are the few things I have just showed. This one, this child node. Now, first and last child is the same way based on the keywords. If it is how many children you have, HTML collection of child elements. So this is how you will have the information. Now, first child, maybe the text model. Here it is mentioned. So it could be anything. I mean, here it could be this class logo or title, this kind of information. Now, let me just go again. And same goes for last child and child nodes. Now, here are the key properties of how you will select the element and how you will, get a response kind of thing. So if you try to put element dot tag name, you will have the, I mean, if you have something that will be in uppercase. Let me just put you to this. Let me try to show you this information accuracy. I'll comment this as of now. See, this is HTML connection. This is how what we have written. And just this is, I'll just show you for this query selector. First para and console.tir. Let me put log as well. Okay. So before, where is the next set of it? Yeah. So this is how our collection is, and this is, I'm trying to again just get the things based on the tag name, and you can again do a lot more things with this inner text, inner HTML, text content, and style properties. The style properties, like I showed you at the very beginning. So I guess I have removed. If I try to just give you again, and this is like how we can tweak the styles as well. So yeah, this is about how you can touch the styles in the HTML using JavaScript, how you can tweak text within the HTML page using JavaScript, and a lot more other features also you can explore. Okay, fine. I hope there is no question. If there will be a question, you can just let me know. Okay. Now, coming back to again, this is more about how we are playing with the DOM. Now, if I want, let's see, if I wanted to add, one more card here, which tells about the projects, like this is how we have done it. Now, what are the changes I have to do? Okay, since we wanted to add something in between, we might need one of the, I mean, see, you can't tweak within this one. You can do it like my text stack, if I have mentioned, if you wanted to put some more information here. Okay. But if you wanted to create new section itself, like how you have done for project build, so you have to put, some empty divs within this code. Again, this can be done using JavaScript, but it will be like too much JavaScript. Okay. So for that, I mean, you can either put into this way, or if you feel like, no, you wanted to again do in the JavaScript, you can do it. I mean, you can create division and all. We will see. Now, let me just show you. I'll just, I'll try to create this here somewhere. Yeah. I'll try to create somewhere here the cards. These cards will have our projects, and in live from GitHub. You can connect the GitHub. Okay, let me just share one more thing with you guys. So this have my all the information. Okay. Now there is a one more. This is the open endpoint, so you can access. I mean, anything about yourself, and the same goes for this as well. So if I try to put here name, and one of the best feature they have provided, they have also kept as a pagination. Okay, so if I just see only one, information, one object, I'll be able to see this is only one information. Now, if I wanted to do it for two or some more, I can just do it. Yeah, this is the two second. I mean, two repos we are able to see. So this is again an open endpoint, and you can try to explore a lot more. Nikhil, I'll just forward it to it. Just a minute, please. And then there is one more. Yeah. So
Okay, so I'll be sending it to in the Discord.
yeah, good. So yeah, now let me try to play with this thing in our HTML page. Okay, so this is like I have created dates. Now, if I try to, yeah, okay, this is something I have created few classes. Okay, and I mean, this is the class names, and ID I have created so that I can just access this division into my JavaScript file. Now, still you will not be able to see anything. And if I try to put here, I am okay. Mm, yeah, fine. So we are able to see here. Now let's go to the JavaScript file and see if we can create cards. If we create, if we'll be able to do few more tasks or not. If I just bring some piece of code to you guys. Before that, let me give you, this is a mock JSON, okay? Because as of now, I'm not connected with GitHub, but yeah, we can call an API. I'll just show you that as well. Now, this is the data, okay, which we'll be showing. And the data could be ID, title, overview, text, and details, everything. I mean, if you want, you can add some more, but make sure that it should be consistent, okay? Because otherwise, once you start creating, uh, cards or the HTML content into your JavaScript, you might find some issues since the data is not consistent. Okay, we will try to see. So like here, I have make this as a empty. Now we can put some other value. If I don't have any, title, I can check the length with the help of length. So we will try to cover that as well. Now let me just copy one more piece of code for you guys. This is this is render project. Okay. Now, now it should show. The reason it's not showing because we are not calling this function. Now, if I try to call this function here, see, now you got the page. If I'll remove again, you will see the old one. And now if I try to do, it's the same. You'll be able to see the cards. Fine. I hope everyone is with me till now. Okay. So yeah, this is about this one, about the projects and all. Now, there's one more piece of thing you can do. Okay, but let me just go through once this one. Okay, I'll make you to go through this. Close this one. Okay, see, we have created a container, and just remember these piece of code. Let me just copy paste here. Fine. So this is how we have kept something in our HTML side or HTML code. Okay, and yeah, and see, this is the function we are calling render projects. We are creating a container. Container is like document.getElement by projects grid. So the reason is get element by ID because we have defined the ID here, like how I mentioned here with you guys. We can just try to access using the ID as well. Now, I'm checking if the container exists. If it exists, then fine. Otherwise, just return the value. Now, I'm making sure it's kind of doing a flush. Like I'm making sure that within the HTML or this project is doesn't have any value or any HTML. Since I kept it as high am division, I just flushed everything. Okay. Now I have all the project. This is the object or this is the JSON data we are getting. So we have three data. Now for each data, I'm trying to iterate and create a cards. This is to create the cards. Now, since I haven't kept any of the buttons thing, you will not be able to click anything. But if you want, you can just try to put document dot get element by button ID or something. You can just put it like that, and you will have, because we have, see here, if we have the ID based on project ID. So I mean, you can just try to find some ways, and you can again iterate through this all projects and just have that button ID. And for every button ID, you can perform some operations. So this is what you can do for a buttons operation or on click things. Now coming back on the code we have written. So this is a card. Okay, we have all projects. We are iterating through it, and this is the card. Again, for each card, I'm creating divs. Now, initially I mentioned you guys, okay, we can create the divs at this level, but again, that will be, I mean, you can put, but yeah, too much of JavaScript. That's why I haven't kept it. So that's why just I have created an empty kind of box where I just dump my values or dump my features. So this is a card, and I'm creating a div, and with that thing, I'm creating a class name as well. So now this div will have like this. Okay, we have div and class name. We have, yeah, we have a class like this. You can mention as many as class you want. Okay. So this is how it got created into my UI. Now, after this is a tech batch. Tech batch is something you can see here. Okay. This is the React. This is the Node.js, Express.js. Okay. Now, I'm checking if my project tech, if that field exists or not. If it not, see, the reason why you are not able to see any error or anything, the reason is here. See, I'm checking if that field exists. If it exists, let's check the length of that. Length means whatever data we have within that. And if both the things is true, let's create a tag. Tag will have the span with the name, whatever text tags we have mentioned here. But assume somehow you are not getting this. This is undefined, and this is something okay. I mean, if it is undefined, for sure it will go to the else case. So this is like if else case. You can put it into your JavaScript also. This is inline condition, you can say. Okay. So this is the condition. If this is true, then this will execute. If it is false, then this will execute. Now, by default, we have mentioned its repository. We can put it as NA as well, whatever you feel like. Okay. See, here we are getting this. I hope everyone is good till here. Yeah. So now, after creating tech badges, because this is something kind of small feature I can divide into my code and I'll just reuse it later point of time. I have created this inner text, inner HTML. Inner HTML is something, this is a, using H3, I have created this title. After title, I have created this one as a paragraph. And within the paragraph, see, this title is again, I'm getting from my list. This paragraph is again I'm getting from my list. Again, this is a text badge, which I'm trying to render into my UI. Okay. One more thing. If words exceeded with some extent, okay, like here it's mentioned JavaScript. Now you wanted to mention some word as, I mean, very long word. You can use some feature as ellipsis, which is present into JavaScript itself. So that is an inbuilt feature. You can leverage that. And same goes for tags. So if tags exceeded for 3 or 4 and you wanted to mention, okay, while hovering on only I'll be able to see. These are things also you can manipulate through JavaScript or I mean within this one. Now, this tick badges I have rendered here. Now again, this is a view, details, live demo in GitHub. These piece of information you are getting from here. This is simple JavaScript, how we create in HTML. Okay. We have rendered a button. We have created 2 divs and sorry, 2 anchor tags. One is demo link and GitHub link. Also, we have mentioned here, I mean, OR operation. So if this data doesn't have anything, we'll have this one. So it won't break your, code. Now, this is how we have created this tag. And this is all happening with the help of JavaScript and HTML. Till here, anyone has any doubt? Nikhil, can you confirm?
No, sir. Everyone's fine.
Okay, fine. I'll just move to the next set of thing. Let me just okay. Yeah, fine. So this is more about uh DOM. I guess I have covered a lot more things. Now, few more things I just expect you guys. Okay, that okay. There's one more thing I can just show you quickly. This is related to Fetch API and how you can, get the response. So this is a render project. Now I can put few things here. Okay. See, okay, not this API I'll be utilizing. I'll be using this one. So let me just try to put in console. Okay, this is as data. Right. So this is how I'll be utilizing my fetch API. Okay. So since I was getting this data as a static, I mean there was no any place from where we are trying to fetch the data, and this will be like a static data we are able to get. So if I'm tomorrow I'm going to create one more repo for myself and I'm adding my projects again, I have to come here and modify the same piece of code. Okay, I have to add some more value. Now, God promises no listener. Okay, I'll just come into that part. Okay. Um, I'll just come. Just give me a minute. Okay. So this is how you can just try to utilize your, your GitHub itself, how GitHub has provided for you. Okay, the open endpoint, and you can fetch the data. And now, like this one, okay, you can fetch these projects, and based on your data, you can create again a util function kind of thing, or a function where you are trying to access everything. But since, see, here you are getting ID, you might be getting somewhere as a title as well. If not, you can utilize other name. See, here you're getting name and overview. If you have written something in the description or readme file, you must be getting some overview. And similar thing, you must be getting every piece of information into this, object. Now, the only thing you have to just check how you can utilize this piece of information and how you can format it into this way and just add it here. So if I go here as a data, let me make this as a static project. This is static project, and if you want you can put almost all projects within this. This is a spread operator. This is a static project and GitHub project. Okay, like this. So either you can mention here, okay, or this GitHub project is nothing but this is the data. But I'll assume this data. I'll just write a pseudo code here. So const GitHub projects, and within this you will having some function. This function will accept your data and will return the data in the format of this. Okay, this is how you can do something. Now, uh, okay, this is some one more thing. There is an event listener. I should be attaching, or else I'll do one thing. I'll just complete this as of now. All projects. This is done. Now about the GitHub one, I'll just create a function, GitHub projects, and I'll create another function. You can create function as many as you want. I mean, it's on up to you how you are trying to, uh, I mean, write your own code. Because if you try to put a function with some, proper meaning, a meaningful way, the code modularity will increase. Okay. So here I have a function. Okay. I'll just remove that. This is a real GitHub projects. Okay. Now, instead of username, I'll be doing one thing. Fine. Let me see what are the things I'm getting. I can put console over here. Okay. Just 1 minute. There is a promise. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Async await. I will be coming after this topic on that function. Okay. What happened? Am I correct or not? Caught in the promise error, caught in the listener tab. Ongoing message ready. Right. So let me see why this error comes. Okay. In that meantime, Nikhil, let me know if anyone has any question or any issues or any doubt.
Sure, sure.
Browser JavaScript is parameter includes corresponding catch block. If you see that. Okay, let's go for this one. Okay. You can create your cards as well. I mean, for your GitHub stats, how many PRs you have, how many every information you can just do it. Mm, okay, so still it's not. So let me see again. Just I'll give 1 or 2 minutes to this one. If not, we'll just move to the next piece of section. Is it because of? Oh, okay. So one thing again, I guess initially only I told you, but yeah, let me just. Okay, on project list, this is something. So if I try to see now, I should be getting a response. No? Why so? Let me do hard refresh. Not found. My GitHub ID is correct. Mm-mm. Target user is not defined. 127. Okay. I don't need target user. Updated dynamic. Period for is not defined yet. Okay. Let me put this as this one. What else error I'm getting? All project is not defined. Let me define all projects. Forms, all projects somewhere here. All projects equal to, I'll just apply spread operators because I'm just trying to copy the below as well. Right, not. Okay, let me see. Updating dynamic project level assignment, constant variable at. Okay, okay, my bad. There are a few mistakes I'm doing. Okay, yep. Happy. So yeah, here we have all the things. I guess you can see in the UI as well. So these are the few information I'm getting from my GitHub itself. So like this, you can mention your own repo, and you can just try to explore a lot more things into this fetch GitHub repo. This also has the same thing. Like I mentioned, instead of creating like this, you can create a new function and just try to map whatever value you are getting, ID with repo ID, title with name, overview with description, and a lot more things. Okay. So yeah, these are the few things you can manipulate using your DOM. Now, one last piece of thing, this is DOM content loaded. This is something you are seeing new. I'll just update you why we need this one. So, like I mentioned here in the JavaScript, if we put the file at the very bottom, will not be able, I mean, at the very top, will not be able to see. But with the help of this one, you're still able to see because, I mean, in that scenario, when you keep this as a DOM content loaded, browser wait and it will hold this JavaScript file to load until unless this complete body is loaded. So that's why we keep this one, so that if someone by mistake or by purposefully, if someone is keeping this file at the top, we should not be facing any issue, and we should still having all the tree objects and values, document values. So this is mostly about the DOM. If no one has any question, I'll just try to go into the next set of section, which is async await. You can just confirm even last time. Anyone has any question till now?
No, sir. We can carry on.
Okay, fine. So okay, just give me a minute. So one of the again, biggest challenges, if you try to go into side of back end or front end, that JavaScript is a single threaded language. And the problems comes into picture when you try to execute multiple things and try to have a lot more information with one single person. So single threaded, if you are not aware, I'll just give you a quick highlight for that. This is a single way. Right. I'll be closing as of now this one. I don't need it. Okay. Yeah. So if you're not aware of what is single threaded is something you have one bucket. Assume you have one bucket. Now, whatever tasks come into that bucket, you have to execute that task. Some task or something is there into that bucket. You can't execute next set of tasks until you will not make that bucket empty, or until you will not finish the task which is undergoing. Now, the biggest challenge is here. Sometimes you have DBs. Okay, we are going towards framework site like Node and React. So, but before going there, I just want you guys to make sure you have at least a basic understanding of how these things works, because I mean you can learn the things, but in depth or in interview, you will always end up getting confused why these things are happening. And if someone is saying, okay, JavaScript is single threaded, how you can manipulate it and behave it as a multi-threaded, uh, or how you can make him to do multiple tasks at the same time. So let's understand why the issue is and why we are facing the issue, and what are those possible solution we can have. So assume this is your thread, okay? And here, all the tasks you have, it's coming. So it's lined up. Now, since, like I mentioned, JavaScript single threaded, at a time you can execute only one task. Okay, you can't execute multiple tasks. So if something is present here, then these things, whatever lined up, has to wait until the task is finished. Okay. Now, in the real life scenario, you try to execute, you try to get some information from some DB. Okay. Assume you have called one API, and that API is taking a lot more time. It's taking 2 or 3 seconds. Now, till that time, your backend or your front end will not be able to perform any of the operation, not even a single, some operation also you will be able to perform. So how to tackle this kind of situation? Because this is not something, okay, you can, move forward if you have a very big site. Okay. So big web pages. So there are things which JavaScript has provided, uh, which is as a task queue. Okay. And queue, I hope you guys have a bit more information about queue. If not, I'll just guide you. Queue is like a, one of the ways to keep the things into your bucket. So it has a property of first in, first out. And let me just write here. So if you guys are doing DSA and all, you must be aware of queue is a data structure. Okay. It is a way of keeping your files into somewhere. So queue is a first in, first out. That means whoever comes first will go first. Okay. And yeah, I'll not go much into depth of queue. You guys can, just go through it later point of time. So yeah. Okay. Just one more thing. to understand async await, you have to understand first a few more concepts like why we need async await, why there's a problem, what is the problem which async await is solving. Okay, so these are the things first you should be aware of. So like I mentioned, JavaScript is a single threaded language, and in the main thread, only one file can execute it, or one task can be executed. So we have to either find some ways. So that's why we have kept as a queue. And this is a we have two types of queue: micro queue and macro queue. Micro task queue is something as promises to solve the promises. It could be like async await, or it could be your callbacks and everything. Now, if something is present as a timeout format, it will go in macro queue. Now, what queue does, if some, okay, I've deleted the previous one. Fine. If something comes into this picture, okay, something comes into this main thread. Yeah, something comes into this main thread. It will it will do something. Will check. Okay, how much you can just execute your piece of code, or a bit of piece of code. Now, if you want it to wait for 5 seconds or 10 milliseconds, you can wait in separate queue. That is micro or macro. Based on this main thread, it will decide in which place you have to wait. Now, while it's waiting, your main thread is free. Now you can execute the next set of tasks. Now, assume you still have the waiting time for this task as well. Now, you can keep this here. Now, since this was into the queue, it will come here. It will check. Have we got? Are we done with the task? If not, let's go back. Now, this time you comes into picture. You come into main thread. Have you executed the task? If yes, then yeah, you can go and put the response. If not, you again come into the queue. This will go on. Now, in between, if some task is coming, still, since your main thread is free, you can still execute that task. Okay, this is about how the main thread is working, and this is how the micro and macro task queue is working. So yeah, I mean, you can again just get more information from you know uh, chat gpt, or you can just google it. You will have a lot more other information, but just keep just dropping some points for you so that you guys are aware of some keywords. Okay, now there is a two type of task we executed in javascript. One is synchronous execution, and another one is asynchronous execution. Now, synchronous is like you have executed line 1, line 2, line 3. That's it. Now, let me just show you here. Here, I'll create index.js. Okay. I'll just keep this. Dot log. I'll just see. I stack PDF session 2. We have that node index.js. Fine. Here we can see hi message. Fine. So our file is working. Now, like I mentioned, let me just track here. I hope it's visible for you guys. If not, just let me know. Okay. Now, we have two type of tasks: synchronous execution and asynchronous execution. What is synchronous execution? It's like you are keeping your consoles. Okay, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. So So synchronous means you have consoles, okay, like console 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like this, I'll be I2, I3, H3. I'll put H4. Okay. Now these tasks will get executed one by one. High 2, high 3, high 4. Okay, that's not an issue. We were expecting like this only. I'll just quickly, yes, the same way. Now till here we are good. We don't have any issues. Okay, this is like we will not be facing any issue until unless there will be very long task which will be blocking the main thread. Now problems comes here when the task is asynchronous. Okay, so that means the same way. If some things is getting called and we are not able to uh, get the values on time, we'll be having some issues and we'll be having some uh, problem and will be blocking the main thread as well. Now let's see what are the things we can have it. I'm just trying to, I'll just do one thing. As an example, okay, I'll copy this one. Yeah, this is user registration. Flow will be, I have to check the email availability, create user account, generate welcome email, and send notification. These are the first set of things I have to do. Now, this is without my end goal should be without blocking the main thread, I should be able to achieve these flow, and that sequence should also be the same. I mean, first we have to check the email availability, then create user account, then generate welcome email, and then notification. So this is the piece of things we have to execute, and without the blocking the main thread and our execution. So one thing let's do, if you see here, okay, see, check email, check user, welcome notification, and this one. Now, okay, let me do one thing. I'll create a function. I'll put all this into that function so that for the next set of code, will not be having any issue. Okay, now I'll call simply run one. If I try to execute this one, do we have any issue? No. Here, what it should be, check email, checking email address, create user account, sending email, and sending mobile notification, and then other API requests. This is how we were thinking it will get executed and how it is getting executed, which is fine, no issues. Now, let's do one thing. Since okay, one of the again, this is the example, perfect example of synchronous execution. Now we have asynchronous execution. Okay, let me just go for asynchronous execution. This is run one, will be doing for 2. Now in this scenario, I'll be doing one thing. I'll be putting this into one timeout. So I'll put as set timeout. This is the function. This is how it's written. And so we are just mimicking, okay, how the things can be delayed. It is set timeout. And here we'll be expecting a number of how much time we have to delay this. Okay, after what time we'll be executing this piece of code. Now, similar to this way, I will be doing for these two functions, these three functions. Okay, let me paste. Okay, now for this as well. Okay, I'll be send in notification. Okay, I'll be doing this for again. 5 works. No, fine. So this is how we have put the values. Okay, this check email will take 3 seconds. Create user, this take 1000 milliseconds. Email, this again 2000, and then it's 5000. I can put as 4000 as well. Now, if I try to execute now this same function, let's see what will happen. Our ideal goal should be other2 is not defined. Okay, this is the reason. See, other API handle request, creating user, sending. Okay, what will do that? Creating user, sending welcome email, checking email, sending notification. I guess this is not we were expected to do, because our first goal is to check the email, then create the user, then send the welcome email, and then the send notification, which is not, we are not able to do it. Okay, let's try to achieve same. Since all the execution is happening in the main thread, so one thing will get executed and it will block the others. So based on that, we are getting the time, we are getting the responses. Now, if I see, this is creating user, this is 1000 milliseconds. That's why we got it as first. Now sending welcome email, this is 2000 milliseconds. That's why we got it here. Checking email, it's 3000, and then this is 4000. But we don't want this kind of situation to happen, because if we are doing registration, we should not first create the user. We should first check the email and then create the user, then do the next set of tasks. Now, how can we solve this issue? Okay, that's our problem. So this can be solved using callbacks. This is 3, this is 3. Okay, now something we can solve this as callback. Now, first let's understand what is callback. Callback is something to tell, okay, I have done my task. Now you do next set of tasks or next set of thing. So if I go, okay, this is callback. Yeah, this is a callback, and I have now what it does. Check the email. If I'm calling here, check the email. I have to pass something. Okay, here it should be something. Okay, just put something here now. Now I have to pass something here, and once I'll get I'll be executing this function. What this function means: execute this set of tasks, execute this console log, and then once you're done with your task, now try to execute this function or this callback. What is our to check the email? After that, I have to, create the user. Sorry, if I'll go here, this kind of a function we have to pass it. Okay, I have to do create the user. Once I'll be done of creating the user, what should I do? I should be send welcome email. After that, after I'm done with the welcome email, I should be going for notification. Okay, so this is the set of thing we have to execute. So let's check the email. If email exists, then create a user. If user exists, then send welcome email. If welcome email is fine, then send the notification. notification. Added only callback in this one. Similar way, I have to add for this here. After that, this one. And same goes for this one. Let me just copy paste quickly this. This is done. I'll just beautify a bit. And we are good to go. Yeah, fine. Now my assumption is I should be able to execute this tasks based on the same way. Okay, let's try to do it. Here we have checking email, perfect, creating user, sending email, welcome email, and then we have notification. Callback is not a function. What happened? Okay, since we have not passed anything into the notification, I should be not putting anything in this last one. Fine, makes sense. Okay, here one more thing comes into picture, how we will handle the error. I'll just come into that part. So this is checking email, checking, creating user, sending welcome email, and notification. Perfectly. So this is how we have solved the problem of asynchronization. Okay, I mean, sorry, the thread issues. Okay, how the issues we have faced. Okay, we have to execute the task in that same way or in the same sequence, and we should not create the problem. Now, but here one more thing comes into picture. If you see, which is like there's a lot more nesting thing. Okay, so assume you have checking email, create user, send welcome email, and notification. You have some more checks in between, like 4 or 5. So do you think, I mean, does it make sense? And it like you are keeping this like a tree structure and going into the depth. So that is again an issue for the JavaScript. Okay, which is a callback hell. That callback hell is something uh, you will eventually feel when you try to write some Node.js or JavaScript code. Okay, it's like we are looping one on the other, one on the other. Okay, child and a parent thing. So, and one more thing, if we have some error also in between, assume you are getting some error for check email. How you will solve that? Either you have to put explicitly the catch block or for each and everything, or else I mean you will end up your freezing your execution. Show you here this callback. This I'll just give you an example. Okay, callback always comes with one thing. It will always, I mean, you should always call this callback with 2 factors. One is errors, and another one is value if you wanted to pass. Let me just const val is equal to 100. Okay. How we will execute this? Send welcome email. This is a callback. Send welcome email. Fine. Now, if we are facing any kind of issue, we should be doing one thing. First, we have to catch errors. Where that error will come from here. Okay. And the second thing is the value. Now, we have to check if we have errors. If we not, we should be executing the next set of code. Now, this is for this one. Again, if there's some error check I have to put here if condition. Same goes for here and send notification. Now, like I mentioned, this is something like callback hell kind of thing where you are able to solve the problem, but again, you are able to create one more new problem, which is like nesting. Now, how we can solve? here comes into picture that promises. Now, promises is something which solves a bit of problem, but not completely. I'll just show you how. Okay, this is, I'll execute. Okay, it will not the complete, it will not solve the complete problem, but yeah, it will solve somewhat. Okay, now if I just give you this example, this is for to check email. Okay, this is to check email, users, and welcome email. I'll be doing for these three. Notification, it's okay, we leave as of now for now. Okay, see, let me just minimize this. Yeah, this is how we define the promises. Promises is something function, it comes with always resolve or reject. Okay, either the promises will be, okay, just one more thing before going on that. Promises will have three states, which is pending, fulfill, or reject. So either of these states they have to achieve. If it is an error, then it will be a rejected request. If they have success, then it's fulfilled. If not, in between for a few seconds, if it's loading, then it's a pending state. So these are the three stages they'll go eventually. Okay. Now, if it is resolved data, that's success. If it is reject data, we'll be having a failure. Now, here we have done is resolve. Okay. Now, let's try to execute this function for run force and see again what is the issue we are getting. If I and execute check email, then we have create user, and we have send welcome email. Fine. If I try to execute here again, you will have one more error. Not error, but yeah, one more issue. What is the issue? Okay, fine, fine. Okay, resolve. Okay, we are not able to see. Okay, fine. The reason I so promises always. Okay, so if I have this, I have to either put them, and within that, I have to execute this command. So it could be create user like this, and after that, again, I have to put then and then create send welcome email. Okay, this is how the promises will work for set of tasks. Now, the one more issue is again we have to, if we find some error or something, we have to check it. Okay, let me just do in this way. Let's remove this one as of now. If I try to execute now, then 4. Fine. Okay, now if I try to run, see email checked, email status true, user created, user ID this, welcome email sent, registration completed, which is fine, which is how we are able to do it. But like I mentioned, again, we are getting again an issue, which is like if I have to, execute next set of thing, I have to again put then, and then it's already it's all are connected, very connected. Okay, And then if we have to ask the some value, okay, like I want the value of send welcome email, I have to, somehow get the information from here and as a props, and I have to pass into next set of functions. If I have to catch the error on each level, I have to put dot, then again dot catch for each function. So this is the solution, but with different way. So now the uh, solution comes as async await. So async await is something as within itself, it is executing the same thing, which is promises, but with a different, I mean, under the hood, it's a promises, but we have modified something. Okay, now let's see how this function will get executed. Okay, let me beautify this one. Let me write in this way. This is run for check email. I just or wait, registered user. It should be. This is how it's being done. Okay. Now see, what I have done is, this is register user. I'll just call this function here, register user. And let me, this is as run 5. Okay. Now see the solution and how the async work. This is the registered user. Now I have checked, I have kept await, check the email. If the email is fine, okay, if there is no issue, I can go and create the user. User is created. If it's fine, I can just check and go for, to do a welcome email. That is also working fine. Then it's fine. Globally, I can put a catch. Here also, I mean, one of the issue again comes, if you wanted to explicitly have error for each file, you can do it. If not, you can put a global error. And there are a few methods where you can identify this error is coming from send welcome email or create user or check email. So this is how the async and await is working. Under the hood, async is also working as a promises. It also has a, I mean promises has like this three states and how it will execute it. So this is how your promises works, or sorry, or async await works. Okay, let me try to execute. Email checked, user created this information, welcome email sent, registration successful. So this is how, I mean, the async await works, and how we tackle few of the situations, which is like uh, one of the thing was callback hell, and how to unblock the main thread of the JavaScript, and get the things done by our own. We are parallelly executing all the information. It's not like we are waiting for the very long time. They are executing, and in the background, if we wanted to do some task, like let me put, okay, we have done it. See, this is again went into main thread after executing, or assume if we got an error. This also again went on the main thread. In between, we have executed this user. So if you see here, user created with this information, we have put it into the console log, and then welcome email has sent. After that also, we have executed one more piece of information. So this is how we are doing the async await, and how promises is helping async await, and what are the challenges we have faced, why this is very useful, why we need the async await. We had the callbacks, we had the promises, what are the issues, we had. I just tried to cover. And this is it for this session as of now. I had some plans for creating the React as well, but I'm thinking we'll cover in the next session. But in between or in that period of time, I will provide you few resources. I'll just wanted you to go through a bit of that more, or else I'll just give you one more information for the React. Okay. I just wanted to Nikhil, just confirming. Do anyone has any question, guys?
Uh,
If you have any, yeah, sorry.
not right now, sir.
Okay, works. So, guys, if anyone has any question, just ping either in the Discord, or I mean, you can ask with Saksham or Nikhil, and just let me know about all the things I can bring more into this, because I just want you guys also to interact and just ask few more questions. See, I know within 1 hour, within 2 hours, all the things as a hands-on and everything can't be digested and can't be completed. That's why even I'm dropping in between the keywords also. If you will not give your efforts, it will be hard for you to learn development in any uh, time. Okay, I mean the period of time. So I just want you guys also to just put some efforts. Like I mentioned in last session, I've given you GitHub. I'm hoping you guys have accessed it. If not, go now. I'll be updating to the we have discussed every piece of code, and you can just clone it, you can just fork it, and just try to implement your own things. And about the React, few things I had planned. I am not able to cover it because we have, I have to jump into some other thing. But yeah, I'll just give you a few more things, and let's see if you guys have any understanding of that. File react.md. Yeah, these are the few things what I was thinking to cover, and I'll just put into the chat as well. Nikhil, you can forward if possible.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, just go through this because the next session will be purely based on and we'll try to have a central project which will again go to the week 2. So it's like one project will extend till week 2, and that was the planning we had also. Like session 1, session 2 will be having most of your portfolios, and we'll try to review the portfolios you guys have made. Please do mention into the Discord the working URL, and let us see how we can develop the things for the full stack one, because I have one planned project for the full stack, complete Node.js and React and the MongoDB. And I just wanted you guys before that to explore these things. Though I'll be covering this piece of information, but it will be good if you guys will explore a bit more, because then you can ask few more questions and it will be good for you as well. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
so
it
much,
from
sir.
my side. Yeah,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Thank you for joining, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yeah,
Session.
thank you. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Let me know. Yeah, you guys, let me know if you guys have any question.
Sure, sir. Currently, they do not have any question. They are just thanking.
Okay,
They're just thanking for the session.
okay. Works. Okay, thank you guys. Bye
Thank
bye.
you so much, sir.
Bye bye, sir.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yes. If I share my screen. Sure. I will again like to thank Oscott for partnering with us in Build It to the Me and making this event successful by providing us mentors. Uh, Again, if I talk about Oscode is a community of 50,000 members, and they're all developers. They're all in different fields, but in the tech industry only. They provide some very good mentors from Google, from Amazon, from Microsoft, from Deloitte, and from different companies. And they also do hackathons. They do DSA preparations through their courses, and they also do open sources and project showcases. They have till date they have done 362 plus free events, and a very big thank you for Oscode for supporting Build With Me in 2026. Thank you so much. This was for Oscode. Guys, if you have anything yet, a sponsor hai kya? Yes, yes, Oscode is partnering with us, with mentors. Uh, okay, guys, do you have any questions or do you have any doubts or do you want to talk about something or do you want to know about something? I can tell you guys. Thank you, Anushka sir left. आप नहीं पढ़ाओगे कुछ आप नहीं पढ़ा दो कुछ नहीं मैं पढ़ाऊंगा नहीं मेंटर्स आर एनफ मुझे नहीं आता भाई ज्यादा आई एम वेरी बेसिक मुझे नहीं आता ज्यादा मैं अभी उस पढ़ाने वाले लेवल तक नहीं पहुंचा हूँ इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस और समथिंग फुल स्टैक का आइडिया तो आपको भी है ना हाँ फुल स्टैक का आइडिया मुझे है तभी यू कैन सी दैट वेबसाइट बीइंग हम्बल इज नहीं 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 इट्स नॉट हम्बल और समथिंग ओके See, guys, I have pasted the GitHub link in the Discord server and study resources. उसमें जाओ वहां पे देखो कि सर ने अब एक नॉर्मल सर ने HTML और CSS का यूज करके पोर्टफोलियो बनाया था ट्राई टू गेट दैट क्लोन ट्राई टू गेट दैट रेपो गेट क्लोन और गिटहब की जो रेपोजिटरी है उसका लिंक आप यूज करके एंड फिर वो रेपोजिटरी को आप लोकली क्लोन कर सकते हो ट्राई टू मेक सम चेंजेस इनटू इट सर के फोटो की जगह पे अपना फोटो लगा दो सर के नाम की जगह पे अपना नाम लगा दो ट्राई टू रीड आउट एवरी लाइन कि हाँ हर एक लाइन किस ऑर्डर में लिखी गई है किस चीज के अंदर क्या है कि देयर इज एचटीएमएल टैग उसके अंदर हेड टैग है एंड देन फिर बॉडी टैग भी है बॉडी टैग के अंदर देयर आर इमेजेस टैग देयर आर h1 टैग देयर आर divs देयर आर डिफरेंट थिंग्स तो ट्राई टू डू दैट उसको क्लोन करो उससे तुमको ज्यादा समझ में आएगा हैंड्स ऑन तुम जब लर्निंग करोगे ना तो उससे तुमको ज्यादा चीजें समझ में आएंगी रादर देन वॉचिंग जस्ट ओवर हियर तुम यहाँ पे देख रहे हो दैट इज वेरी गुड बट आफ्टर वॉचिंग ट्राई टू गेट एवरी कोड पर हर दिन का तुम कोड ले लो और हर दिन का कोड लेने के बाद यू ट्राई कि उस कोड में तुम खुद से चेंजेस करो एंड ट्राई टू सी कि हाँ चेंजेस होकर के दिख कैसे रहे हाउ कैन आई मेक देम मोर बेटर तुम div का यूज करके तुम css का यूज करके यू कैन मेक एनीथिंग इन html and css you can make anything in websites ठीक है if you see there are css battles or something और css battles में तुमको html और css का यूज करके html में तुमने div बना दी और css का यूज करके तुम उस div को तोड़ रहे हो मरोड़ रहे हो उसे स्टार में बना रहे हो उसे लाइंस में फॉर्म कर रहे हो उसे किसी भी चीज में फॉर्म कर रहे हो तो डू दैट हैंड्स ऑन लर्निंग करो तब जाकर के तुम्हें ज्यादा समझ में आएंगे क्या तो वेबसाइट तो फूक के बनाती है ना व्हाट नहीं भाई मेहनत लगा यार वेबसाइट में फूक के क्यों बनाऊंगा मैं वेबसाइट आपने क्यों नहीं पढ़ाया मैंने बोला तो सी I am also student. I am not at their level. He is currently working and have experience of 5 to 7 years in industries. Okay. And I am just a student of third year. I just got into third year. Okay. Second year, so I got into third year. So I do not have that much expertise as he have. So उस चीज के लिए he is the right choice for it. रिएक्ट जेएस का क्या सीन है रिएक्ट जेएस सीखने के लिए आपको एचटीएमएल आना चाहिए आपको सीएसएस आना चाहिए सीएसएस इज डिफरेंट ठीक है सीएसएस आपको नहीं भी आया स्टाइलिंग आप नहीं भी करो पर एटलीस्ट आपको एचटीएमएल आना चाहिए आपको जेएस आना चाहिए आपको जावा स्क्रिप्ट आना चाहिए क्योंकि रिएक्ट जो है वो एक लाइब्रेरी है और वो लाइब्रेरी जावा स्क्रिप्ट के ऊपर बना है सो रिएक्ट समझ लो ना तो एक तरीके से रिएक्ट एक कोड है जो जब तुम रिएक्ट लिखते हो तो वो ब्रेक होता है, वो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में ब्रेक होता है। वो HTML में बटता है, वो CSS में बटता है, एंड वो जावास्क्रिप्ट में बटता है। क्योंकि तुम्हारी जो वेबसाइट है, जो तुम्हारे पास जो ब्राउजर है तुम्हारा, जिसपे सारी वेबसाइट दिखती है तुमको, उसके अंदर एक V8 करके इंजन लगा हुआ है जो कि रेंडर करने में हेल्प करता है किसी भी वेबसाइट। सर्वर से जो भी रिस्पॉन्स आता है उसको यहाँ पे रेंडर किया जाता है यूजिंग दैट V8 इंजन, ठीक है। एंड उस V8 इंजन के उस V8 इंजन से रेंडर होती हैं चीजें, और वो रेंडर किस टाइप से होती है। रिएक्ट, मान लो कि हमने साइट को बना रखा है रिएक्ट, और मैंने खोला किसी भी साइट को, और किसी भी साइट को जब मैंने खोला तो वहां से कुछ पैकेजेस आते हैं, वहां से कुछ पैकेजेस आए 0 और 1 के फॉर्म में, डेटा के फॉर्म में वो पैकेजेस आए। वो पैकेजेस आ करके अब यहाँ पे मेरे ब्राउजर पे डिकोड होते हैं कि हाँ तुमने लिखा क्या है और कैसे लिखा है, किस ऑर्डर में लिखा है। एंड देन जब वो डिकोड होते हैं, देन फिर वो अलग अलग कंपोनेंट्स में बंटता है। रिएक्ट इज अ क्लाइंट साइड, ठीक है, वो क्लाइंट साइड रेंडरिंग करता है। CSR, रिएक्ट को आप जब भी सुनोगे तो वो CSR करता है, क्लाइंट साइड रेंडरिंग। वो क्या करता है कि सर्वर पे आपका JSX, जावा स्क्रिप्ट XML नोटेशन है, जावा स्क्रिप्ट XML नोटेशन में आपका पूरा का पूरा कोड बना हुआ है। वो जावा स्क्रिप्ट XML नोटेशन पूरा उठ के आता है आपके ब्राउजर पे। आपका ब्राउजर फिर उसको समझता है कि जावा स्क्रिप्ट XML नोटेशन किस तरीके से है, एंड देन फिर उसको ब्रेक करता है इन जावास्क्रिप्ट, इन HTML एंड इन CSS, क्योंकि आपकी ब्राउजर सिर्फ इन तीन लैंग्वेजेस को समझती है, जावास्क्रिप्ट, HTML एंड CSS। वहीं इफ वी लुक एट, अगर हम नेक्स्ट जेएस की बात करेंगे, वो 3JS टाइप्स। अब सी रिएक्ट, हाँ मतलब एक तरीके से तुम मान सकते हो कि 3JS और रिएक्ट, क्योंकि दोनों लाइब्रेरी ही है, रिएक्ट जेएस भी एक लाइब्रेरी है, 3JS भी एक लाइब्रेरी है। 3JS जो है वो अंदर में यूज करती है WebGL को, WebGL वेब ग्राफिक लैंग्वेज है, WebGL को यूज करती है इन रेंडरिंग द 3D कंपोनेंट्स। जिसमें भी तुमने जितने भी उसमें 3D कंपोनेंट्स तुम क्रिएट करोगे उसको वो रेंडर करने में हेल्प करता है। तुमने मान लो कि एक प्लैनेट बना लिया, 3D प्लैनेट, और 3D प्लैनेट को तुम्हें शो करना है। तुम उसको कहीं से कहीं ना कहीं से एक लाइट सोर्स लगा दोगे कि हाँ ये लाइट सोर्स है, इसी लाइट सोर्स से इस प्लैनेट के ऊपर लाइट आएगी। तो वो एक सीन हो गया कि पूरा स्पेस है, वॉइड है, उसमें एक तुम्हारा प्लेनेट है और एक सोर्स है लाइट का। तो दिस इज रेंडरिंग विच 3JS डज। 3JS भी वैसे ही करता है, आता है तुम्हारे वेबसाइट पे बैठता है, तुम्हारे ब्राउजर पे बैठता है और ब्राउजर पे डिकोड करता है सारी चीजों को, एंड देन फिर तुम्हारे पास JS अलग हो जाता है। दैट JS इज द ओनली थिंग जो तुमको सेपरेट करता है वो चीजों को, एंड देन फिर रेंडर करता है उस चीज को। यस, वो JS के अंडर में ही आते हैं। नहीं नहीं, सी जेएस इज वेरी इजी। जेएस तुमको जितना तुमको पढ़ना है, जेएस बहुत आसान है। उन चीजों का यूज करके उसमें क्या है ना कि लाइब्रेरीज कैसे बनती हैं। किसी ने क्या करा है कि बैठ गया है एंड उसने एक फंक्शन लिखा है खुद से, ठीक है, कि ये एक पार्टिकुलर फंक्शन है, ये पार्टिकुलर फंक्शन ऐसे ऐसी चीजें करेगा। उस फंक्शन के अंदर सिर्फ जेएस नहीं है, उस फंक्शन के अंदर HTML हो सकता है, उस फंक्शन के अंदर CSS हो सकता है, उस फंक्शन के अंदर जेएस हो सकता है, उस फंक्शन के अंदर कुछ और चीजें हो सकती हैं, कोई और लाइब्रेरी का सपोर्ट हो सकता है। एंड उसी फंक्शन को उठा करके किसी ने होस्ट कर दिया, कहा कि अब तुम इस फंक्शन को यूज कर सकते हो, ये जो फंक्शन है दिस इज लाइब्रेरी, एक तरीके से समझ लो। तो जेएस तुमको बहुत ही कम सीखना है, ठीक है। हर एक चीज का एक सिंटैक्स होता है, एक ऑर्डर होता है फॉलो करने के लिए। तो जेएस का भी एक ऑर्डर है, 3JS का भी एक ऑर्डर है कि इसी पार्टिकुलर वे में तुम्हें चीजें बनानी है। पहले तुम सीन क्रिएट करोगे, फिर सीन को इंपोर्ट करोगे, फिर उसके बाद सीन को रेंडर करोगे, ठीक है। तो इस तरीके से उसका एक ऑर्डर है, वो ऑर्डर फॉलो करके तुम्हें चीजें सीखनी है एंड करनी है। एनीथिंग एल्स? गाइस आई एम लुकिंग एट द कमेंट सेक्शन, कुछ है तो बताओ, नहीं तो फिर वी विल वाइंड अप द सेशन। If you have any question, any doubt, anything, do ask me. I'm here. No, no. Okay. Perfect. वो जो कोर्स भेजा है आपने अपने DC पे, ओके ओके। चलो गाइस, वी विल वाइंड अप द सेशन। थैंक यू ऑल फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। लीड कोड सेशन नहीं यार, लीड कोड सेशन नहीं, ये सब DSA वगैरह मेरे से नहीं होता। DSA for smart people. I'm not smart. Okay, guys, we will wind up the session. Session यहीं पे खत्म करते हैं. We are winding up session. Thank you all for joining. Hope to see you in the next session too. आप ऐसे ही सीखते रहो. आज आपने कुछ सीखा, इसके पहले वाले क्लास में आपने कुछ सीखा होगा about full stack. आज आपने कुछ सीखा, नेक्स्ट सेशन में भी आप कुछ सीख सकते हो. सो देयर आर थिंग्स, आप एक ऑर्डर में फॉलो करते जाओ, आप आगे बढ़ते जाओ एंड यू विल बी लर्निंग थिंग्स. आप नेक्स्ट सेशन ज्वाइन करो एंड नेक्स्ट सेशन में आप चीज़ों को सीखो. आपको जितने भी डाउट्स हैं आप डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर पे पूछ सकते हो. देयर आर टीएस, देयर इज मी. You can tag me anytime and I will be answering all the questions, all your questions. I'll be solving every doubt of you, whether it is in AIML, whether it is in cyber security, or whether it is in full stack or whatever it is. If I am not able to help, I'll assign someone to help you guys. ठीक है, चलो, bye bye. Akshat, will end the stream. Bye bye everyone.